Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going today? So it's already November the 13th. We're 2 weeks into November, and we've got a little bit over 6 weeks left to close the year. I wonder what Bitcoin's going to finish off at. And more importantly, I'm really curious about how 2024 is going to finish off at. But what I do know is whatever the price finishes in 2023, the end of the next year, I expect massive rallies, especially during the Bitcoin halving year. And as we've proven before, that all the Bitcoin halving years, they're usually great ROIs for both Bitcoin and for altcoins. So if you feel that you've missed an opportunity to accumulate in the 2023 year, don't worry too much because I still expect a major capitulation. And if the pre-halving years have told us anything, it shows us that we have a massive rally leading up to the rally of Bitcoin for the halving, and then during that halving year we usually get a huge capitulation. For example, in 2016 we ended up getting a 38% drop sometime in the middle of the year, and then in 2020 we got a 70% drop, which was huge, and it took us to below the beginning price of 2020 for where Bitcoin began. But the good news is at the end of 2020 we still ended up rallying huge, and we finished off with a huge ROI compared to where we began. So let's take a look at Bitcoin today, and today we're going to do an EMA analysis. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin on the higher time frames using the exponential moving average, which will give us a really great idea of how Bitcoin is trending right now. And we're also going to compare it to the previous halving years, which will be 2026 and 2020, so we can have an idea of what to expect in 2024. So my name is Philicon, and thank you very much for joining me. For those that are new to my channel, welcome. I've been in the crypto space. In March, it'll be upcoming 9 years now. This will be my third bull market that I'm going to be catching. The first bull market didn't do too well in it. I like newer traders, when they first go into the market, they either get lucky or they get chased out. Second bull market in 2021, for those that have been following me, you guys probably know that I've crushed it. And then this next bull market that's coming, I'm using my experience from 2 bear markets and 2 bull markets, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to crush it with the investment portfolio that I have right now, and especially with the day trading skills that I've accumulated and the specific strategy that I have developed that will be used specifically for this bull market. And there are only 3 strategies that I plan to use. It will be trading the continuation on a breakout, the pattern of that, or trading the breakout pattern, and then also catching the 5th wave for a short. So the first one, trading the continuation, involves a breakout happening already, and then you zoom into a smaller time frame, and then you look for a consolidation pattern, and you trade the breakout for more confirmation. The second one that I'll be trading will be the breakout pattern itself. So if there's for example, a triangle that's forming on a bigger time frame, I'll be trading those breakouts. And the third one is going to be when I'm able to identify the 5th wave top. That is the one that I plan to be shorting. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe and the like button, and make sure you're getting those notifications when I do post. I plan to be posting a lot more in this upcoming bull market. So welcome to my room. This will be the $1 million trading room that I will be trading in full time, 12 hours a day, managing my $3 million plus portfolio right now. And I'm very excited to have you come along with me for this journey, where I know that regardless of what level you are, if you keep watching my content, you're going to learn a lot from it. And I know that you're going to increase your chances of being successful in this upcoming bull market. So let's do an analysis on Bitcoin today and see exactly where we stand using the using the EMA, and also seeing where it trends on the higher time frames. So if you're looking at Bitcoin, the best way to take a look at it is type in BTC index. Okay, so when you type in BTC index, you're going to get an index of all of the Bitcoin charts that have been amalgamated over time. Okay, so it's Christmas. As you guys can see, there's some Christmas themes playing in the background already. So I'm kind of getting ready for the holidays, and I hope that you are all looking forward to spending time with your family and your friends as well. So type in BTC index and click on the first one that you see here. And as you can see, Bitcoin has been trending here for about 16 days at around $36,000, trying extremely hard to break above it, and finally it does end up breaking above it here. So this consolidation happened for 16 days. It kept getting a higher low that was trending on the downside like that with a support that kept trending, and eventually it broke to the upside huge. A 10% rally for Bitcoin could mean that altcoins end up rallying 10, 20, 30, 40%. We've seen some massive surges in coins like Blur, in coins like Gas as well, Mina. Solana is still going in the $60 range. So the best method of analysis, in my opinion, if you want to see how bullish a coin is always to take a look at the exponential moving average or any moving average to see how far it has stretched away from the moving averages. So the ones that I use are the 50 and the 200. The blue one here is the 200, and the yellow one here, actually I'm going to change my colors 1 second here. So I'm going to change my blue one here to white. That seems to make a lot more sense, and that's what I'm used to. So the yellow one is 50, and the white one is 200. So the way that these EMAs work is if the price is steadily increasing, these EMAs will average out the price and they give you, and it's going to plot you a line. So whatever the average price is of that particular candle, for example, it's going to plot it down over here and take the past 50 bars as well. So because it's taking the last 50 bars, it's known as a lagging indicator since it's taking the average of multiple candles that are averaging the price. And the white one will lag even more because it's taking the average of the past 200. But it can give you a really good idea of how the coin is actually trending. So if it's stretched far away from the price, from the EMA itself, the price action will dictate that we are incredibly bullish. And like all coins, when we see the price action move away from the EMAs, it tends to want to stretch far away from it like an elastic, but it ends up coming right back to it eventually one time or another, either below it or above it, or it's going to hover around it. So the further we see it away from the EMA, as you can see here, the bigger the gap is, the more bullish we are. So if you take a look at it on, for example, 2021's bull market, you're going to see the gap between the 50 and also the 200 EMA there. The bigger the gap between the price and the EMA itself, it will indicate a larger rally and more bullishness. So as you can see here, it's stretching far away, but here it gets closer and smaller and smaller. So as it gets smaller like that, it could indicate a change of direction. So what we see in the bullish market of 2021 is that it stayed well above the 200. In fact, the gap kept increasing between the price and the EMA itself. And you can see that in the bear market, it's likewise, where the price will generally stay below the 200 EMA, and there's a gap between the price, and eventually it closes the gap, and then it goes above it. So you can see now that we're trending well above the 200 EMA on the weekly chart. We came below it for a small period of time, but now we're just smashing above it. So the daily is giving us a really good indication that we are bullish above the 200 EMA. Now, if we go to something in between, such as a 4-day, we can see that on the 4-day, we're not exactly out of the waters yet, despite this golden crossover. The golden crossover is when the white 200 EMA crosses below the 50 EMA and now acts as a support. Whenever we see this happen, generally what can happen is that it smashes before, above it, but then it tends to consolidate back down. So even though that this has crossed over, this is a lagging indicator, and I'm going to show you, for example, when we cross over, okay? So whenever we first cross over here, and this was in 2019, what we see is that it has a massive rally. This one here did something like, how much? 400%. But eventually, it comes back down to retest these periods. And that's what I was mentioning in 2020. In 2020, despite that 376% rally, we ended up dropping about 72% still. So there's still a possibility in 2024 that we might actually get a large capitulation. If you compare it to the 2016 year over here, we still, despite rallying, so 2016, ended up beginning around here, you can say. It rallied, first of all, total for about 70%, but after that 70% rally, it fell down about 40%, we can say. Okay, it fell down to pretty much almost the price of where we began the year. But if we finished off the year here, we're going to end up getting a massive, massive rally of over 155%. And then in 2017, which would be the equivalent to 2021 and the 2025 bull market, okay, we ended up getting a huge drop in the beginning of the year before we ended up creating these massive highs that ended up reaching huge amounts. So don't discount the fact that there's still a possibility of a huge correction occurring. So if we take a look at the weekly here, we see that we are above both the 50 and the 200 EMA, which is a really good sign. It shows us that the bulls are committed to staying above both the 50 and the 200 EMA. So on the weekly chart, we're looking phenomenal. We tried to break below the 200 multiple times on the weekly, but they failed. And if you take a look on the monthly as well here, the 50 EMA has traditionally held for a very long time, since 2013 if we extrapolated it. Here it fell down below by a wick, and here for a small period of time as well for about 273 days, so for about 8 months there. But we ended up recovering, we try to fall back down, we bounce, and now we're getting 3 huge candles. Usually when we see 3 green candles like this, the 4th one tends to be very bullish as well. So I would expect the month of December to be quite bullish. So I just wanted to give you a quick comparison using EMAs and taking a look at, for example, 2017, you're going to see the monthly EMA of the 50 stay well below the price here. If you go on the weekly in 2017, you're also going to see massive price action where the price of Bitcoin ended up staying well above both the 50 and the 200 EMA. That's on the weekly. And then on the daily, we ended up seeing on the daily here, we see that 2017's bull market was just incredible. It's sustained almost as well, actually better than the 2021 bull market. You can see in 2017 leading up to it, you can see that it's generally staying above the 50 EMA here, right? And it's staying well below the 200 EMA. So this is the kind of price action that you're going to see when we do get to a bull market. And when the bull market does come, you're going to see both the 50 and the 200 EMA act as this major type of support for a very long trending period of time. Do you guys see it? You see it. And here, it might not have begun already, but what we will see eventually is exactly that type of behavior in 2017 and in 2021. So do I believe that the bull market is here right now? Do I believe that it has officially began and the prices are going to skyrocket and start soaring? Not quite yet, but what I do believe is that the mini bull market has begun. The bottom has been reached already for Bitcoin, most likely. If not, we're going to get just one last capitulation for both alts and for Bitcoin, and that's going to yield us an incredible opportunity to dollar cost average even further and build up that portfolio if we feel that we've missed those drops before in 2023. So don't feel too discouraged. I believe that there's still ample time for us to dollar cost average, and I think that Bitcoin is probably one of the best investments that you can make right now. That there's nothing that's going to perform better than Bitcoin, and nothing ever will for a long period of time. I've been pro Bitcoin for over 9 years now in the crypto market. I've made millions of dollars day trading, as everybody has seen my strategies work in action and my live trades. And by the way, guys, there's going to be a new course coming out. It's called the Emergency Bull Market Survival Guide. And I wanted to make it really affordable and really accessible to everybody out there. It's going to be a crash course and a reminder for the exact strategies and teach you the exact strategies that I will be using. And I believe that even if you know nothing at all about day trading and you take this only 10-hour course, guys, it's 22 lessons over 10 hours only. So you can finish this course in a week, But keep in mind that you also have to practice, you have to backtest, you have to get familiar with charts yourself as well. But this is going to lay the foundation to improving your chances of doing very well in this bull market. It's going to summarize everything I know in a crash course, the Emergency Bull Market Survival Guide. And the best part is it's only going to be $195. That's it. It's so cheap. It's going to be worth your time to pick it up. Something you should be excited about, because I know for a fact that if you learn my specific strategies, it could highly increase your chance of capitalizing in this bull market. So I just wanted to give you a quick video and a quick update today of my thoughts in the market, and I cannot wait for Bitcoin to eventually reach these new massive highs of over $100,000. So if you guys enjoyed my video, make sure you're hitting the like and the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that for the algorithm. And have yourselves a great day, and let's kill it in the next bull market. Bye now.